Halloween challenge, and diys-by-dar is going to make some BoHo chairs. This challenge is put on by Meg from Loobly Jubilee Furniture, and you can check out all the other people that are going to be participating in this on October 24th. Just look for the link in everybody's video, and it ought to be a lot of fun. I found these chairs out in the trash, so I went and grabbed them because they were really sturdy, solid wood, oak, I believe. Even though they were quite dirty, they didn't have any smell to them at all. So I think that they probably were sitting outside in the elements, and that was what kept them kind of clean smelling. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these up with a nice dose of some TSP, and then I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to rinse it with my hose like I like to do. Then I'm going to put them in the sun and make sure they dry out nice and well, because we still have a little bit of sun left here in Michigan. I went ahead and I used my surf prep, and I just wanted to give them a good sanding, scuff sanding, if there were any loose areas that might snag or somebody might get hurt on or lifted up. All those areas needed to be smoothed down and taken away, and I did use 100 grit sandpaper. Well, one of these chairs is not like the other. Can you guess which one? Now, how did I do that? I picked these chairs up. They were in a junk pile, and I didn't notice that the whole rung was missing. So, I don't know. I am going to have to come up with some piece of wood to put in there. I'll have to screw it in, because I'm not going to take the whole chair apart. It'll never get back together again. So I'm just going to screw it in and then fill the holes. So it will definitely work with the design that I'm doing. But oh well, such is life. Now, I did find a nice little piece of wood, but it needed to be curved. So my husband had to break out some of these other sanding tools that I have in my little barn there that were from his dad, and now I know how to use them. And this little piece did fit in there perfectly, so I was pretty happy. Well, I have both the chairs ready to go and ready for some paint. So what I am going to use in my paints is some sea spray, which is a texture additive by Dixie Belle Paint. I'm kind of trying to put a hodgepodge, I guess, of colors together to see what I had on hand that I could use, so I didn't have to go out and get anything. And I have some Rustoleum Chalked Ultra Matte Paint in linen white. And if I kind of run low on that for a mix, I've got a little bit of Dixie Belle Cotton I might have to throw in there. And I also have some of my Anchor Black, and if I run a little bit low on that, I'll add some Dixie Belle Gravel Road to that. I might throw a little bit of red in there, some rustic red, but I am going to have to hand mix some of the paint that I'm going to use with some acrylic Master's Touch colors, because since this is a Halloween challenge, our challenge was to incorporate Halloween colors in our pieces. So this is going to be really fun. So I've got a nice bright yellow, and I've got a nice bright orange. So let's get to it. This is an 8-ounce container, and I just about had it filled up, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some of this bright orange paint to it and see what kind of an orange color I can come up with. Now, the sea spray, what the directions tell you is to use 1 scoop for every 4 ounces of paint. I want this first layer to be light. So I'm only going to put 1 scoop in there, and I have to be pretty careful here because I had it full to the top. So stirring it up was a little bit of a challenge. Just put it on heavy. You can hear me slapping it on there. I just used my pretty brush. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. It did take a beating. Now this color, I walked by my picture window and I saw these colors and I'm like, I need a brighter chair. So I had to go back and take my orange paint and go over the top of what I had already laid out. Here we go. Now you're talking. That's orange. I like that color. I decided to put some red in, and there was only about 4 ounces of paint in the container. So I just used 1 scoop. And I like to start in the corners or around like the outside edges, because then that kind of follows like a wear pattern of a chair more. Then I decided, well, I'd like to put a little bit of this yellow on here. When I used the master's paint, I did not mix any spray additive to it because I just wanted really the color. So just the color went on. There again, I'm going to follow on that inside edge of the last color that I used. So when I go to peel this off, it kind of gives you that pattern of different layers peeling from them outside edges in. Now I'm getting the black ready, and this is Silk All-in-One paint from Dixie Belle in the color Anchor Black. I did put 2 scoops in there, and now we're going to have the fun, and we get to slap it on there, which is so fun. And I'm going to paint these whole chairs except for the rungs. I've got something different in mind for those. Well, time to put that rung on. I kind of wanted to get painting. My husband wanted to help me with this, and I'm glad he did. You can see his little level there. He had to make sure it was level. But we did get them on, and I filled the holes, put some more paint over the top. Good to go. Once it was all dry after a day, ready to scrape it. And I used a carbide scraper because I can't really pull that hard, so I need something that's pretty sharp. But just take your time, and what you're trying to do is just break off, peel off all those big chunks that you just put on there with that sea spray additive. And you're going to slowly peel back and reveal your colors that are underneath. ready to sand it. I went ahead and used the surf prep again. I tried a 220, but it really wasn't taking anything off, so I went to 100 grit, and that was the ticket. That really worked well. I'm taking off any high-end lumps that are still sticking up, especially on the seat. And this is also going to let me pull back some more of that black paint off the top and show those beautiful colors that are underneath that black. Time to wax. Dixie Belle clear wax with a nice big bristle brush, circular motion. I'm putting on quite a heavy coat, which when I do this type of chair, I really like to do. It gives it a really, really nice hard finish. After you let it dry for a couple hours, and you'll see that all that white haze is gone, now the work is gonna be there for you because you gotta really rub to get that off. Feels like you're hitting the brakes when you first start to push it, but once you get that initial thick layer off, then it's a lot easier. And after I get that off, then I'll go ahead and I'll go back in circular motions, very much buffing it. I am buffing the top of that chair. I really think that wax is underrated. People should use it more. It's really great. Now, that was Big Mama's Butter, and in the scent Orange Grove, and all the open wood that I have, I wanted to give it kind of a treatment because I am going to be sticking some glue on there, and I want it to stick. I don't want it to fall off of the dried out wood. It really probably needs it. It did really drink it in. Plus, it's going to make this chair really smell nice. All right, here we go. Glue gun. I'm on the back side, and I have some regular twine. And I'll show you the back side on how I start this, but you just put a little in the corner. There's the back side. And I've got that glue already in there. And then you just take your twine, put a little glue on the end of that twine if it's coming undone, and just kind of like curl it and then make it more like a point so it doesn't come undone. And then stick it right in that corner and hold it there until it's ready to go. And then actually the hard part begins, because I am going to wrap all these rungs with this twine. And putting it on there is really easy, but trying to maintain your twine and not have it get all tangled up in a big messy ball, I really don't know what the secret of that is. Somebody needs to tell me, because I had to stop and cut it a couple times and splice it, which you have to. If you run out of twine, you're going to have to splice it, and try to put it someplace where you're not going to see it, either on the bottom or in the back. Just go ahead and cut the one off. You got that glue there, and add the next one in continuously, coming right off of the other one, and you shouldn't have a problem. Push them together, make sure they're staying nice and straight. Make sure one is not overlapping over the other. That's really difficult if you've just about got the thing done and then you see that you have one that's like that way down the line. Now, this was our chairs when we started. Do you remember how rough they looked? How bad they looked? But they were good, sturdy little chairs. Perfect for what I love to do. You're ready for the reveal? Because it's coming.
out.
Oh, you'll see.
You're making some weird colors on it.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
Okay, I'm really confused. You did all that, now you're covering it up with black.
Trust the process.
Okay.
Okay, come on in.
Wow. Pretty cool.
I trusted the process. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please. My next vid will be out November 25th for another competition put on by Crystal of the Crafty Creech, and our theme is going to be bare wood. See you guys then. Bye-bye.